Hey team, this is a data form that Ms. Evans and I created. We wanted to create this walkthrough to respect everyone's time. Instead of getting together and doing a sit down face to face, I figured we'll create this short video. We'll send it out to everybody, review it. Please provide some feedback, comments, questions, concerns before we finalize this. We are looking to finalize this probably within a week or so. But if everyone can review it by Wednesday, the 8th. That's August 8th. Is that August 8th? No, that is not. Hey, team. Ms. Evans and I created this data form to support what we were talking about in our pre-planning conversation regarding a data form that is universal, same language, everything that we discussed. So wanted to give you a quick walkthrough, a video walkthrough, instead of us coming together and doing a sit down and respecting everyone's time. So this is a short video just explaining what we are proposing. We're looking to get everyone's feedback by Wednesday, August 7th, and determine whether or not you agree, comments, concerns, questions. Just let us know. So hopefully we can come together, fine-tune, or move forward with this, and this will become our data form. So I wanted to quickly go over what we're looking at here and explaining how we got this format to look like the way it is. So obviously we have these columns, but a couple things I wanted to highlight and explain a little bit more in detail. If you see notice in the goal here, we have the language of explicit reading comprehension questions. So it's a reading goal geared more towards the transition from fifth grader going into middle school. So this is where they're headed, right? We know that at Panther, we focus in on fluency. In elementary, across the board is fluency. But when they get to middle school, they're focusing on more of these explicit reading comprehension goals. So that's what they're leaning towards. So if we can start having that being developed, not saying that we're throwing this in at the elementary level, because again, like I said, it's more for fluency of what we're doing. But at least everyone knows that this is where our students are heading, what they're doing. So I want to explain what that looks like, and I know that we write our goals with a baseline, but I wanted to emphasize a little bit more on that, right? So if you notice here, if we start collecting our baseline on August 25th, and under the comment column, we're going to indicate that. So if we're creating that baseline, we want to see what our student knows, right? So there will be no intervention provided to see where they are, but once we start providing interventions, then we indicate that in the column. So 9-10, we provide an intervention. We provide the comment, what's working, what's not working, strengths, weaknesses, etc. And the purpose of this is to have those deeper conversations so when we come to the table for the IEP, we can really look into this from a lens to have those conversations of the service, for co-taught versus small group versus SI. And I know we have a lot of issues that we're still working out regarding the small group and what that looks like with shared and HMH and everything else we have going on, right? But at least we're having these deeper conversations for this. So again, that's the purpose of this data form, because again, when our students are going into middle school, they require that. They require a data form. They require, where do we get these percentages? What does it look like? What's working? What's not working? And also, even if we have an elementary student moving out of district or somewhere, and they get this form or they get the information, they should be able to pick it up and translate it. So hopefully this is going to help. Again, we're looking for that feedback, and we want to see, what we all can come together and create a data form to satisfy all that. So the last thing I want to talk about is the format. So I want to make sure when you're working on this, and I believe I did, for each column, you have the wrap text highlighted, right? That it's clicked. So when you have that wrap text highlight, you're going to have the text wrapped, like you see here. But when you finish writing, typing out what you have in that column, so if it finishes early, like you see here, you want to hit the space bar all the way to the end of the column, and then it will come right around. So please, when you're writing, don't get frustrated if it doesn't work. Just make sure maybe you have to click the space bar a couple more times, but it should come out here, back to the left aligned section of the column. Okay? Again, Wednesday, August 7th, review this, email me. If you have no comments or concerns and you're like, this is great, let's move forward with it, just send me that email. Evans, good to go. Love the data form. Think it's a great idea. Let's move forward. Right? That would be what the email would look like. But seriously, if you guys have any questions or comments, of course, let's talk. Let's figure this out together. All right, guys. Thanks. Appreciate it. Have a good one. See ya.